Yo, what up? Whew, got a little sleepy earlier, but I'm here. Shout out to all those buying my t-shirts. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that travel shit. Shout out to everybody that's gonna watch, that are watching. Back from Brazil. Back from Brazil. That's the question. That's the topic today. Do you return back the same? That's the topic that we need to talk about. That's a good topic to talk about because crazy part about it, I don't think you return the same. I just don't. And shout out to my wine. Shout out to the cats that drink wine just like me. I had some dope ass sangria in Brazil, yo. Bem-vindo aos Estados Unidos. Nah, I wish I could stay out there. I love Brazil, but so I had some dope ass sangria out in Brazil. We went to this restaurant. My cousin, she found it because Buck, my man Buck, Jana. So it was a whole connection, and she really enjoyed the sangria. They wanted 171 reais per small little pitcher. That was crazy. How much is that? 171 reais. You do the math. But it was crazy. But we had about six of those pictures without recognizing that they charging 171 reais. And the one that they did at Mab's for us, that was even better. Shout out to the wine process, yo. Because people don't know the wine process. Removing the seeds, there's a whole bunch of stuff. When you think about the history, enology is a process called enology. Look it up, enology. That's a process of winemaking, and they also got viticulture. So viticulture is the grapevines and how they are cultured and brought up. Is there advantage of staying in LeBlanc rather than? There's really no advantage. They both right near each other, down the street, a cab a ride away. So I don't see the difference. Some people feel comfortable in LeBlanc. Some people feel better in Copa because it got more action. So it all depends on what you choose for yourself. But they right near each other. All that stuff is right near each other. So you got viticulture. You got what is that? Sonomycin. You got that. You got bricks. Those levels. So there's different reasons to why you wine is actually. I could get into the whole science of it, but because there's actual science in making it, the pressing process, the removing from the wine, grapes. And I like LeBron because you're in the middle between Copa and Bar. Well, yeah, I don't see a difference. All of that's the same to me. Now, when you go 35, 40 minutes out, it's different. But it's all the same to me. Those are not right near each other. If they really built the infrastructure the way they should have, you probably could get from Baja to Copa through a straight line. But the infrastructure is not built like that. But yeah, there's different prices to them. Like Ipanema, it might be different prices to the Airbnbs than it would for Copa Airbnbs or LeBlanc Airbnbs. Most of the places in Barra Juca are more modernized than you actually see in Copa and sometimes at Ipanema. It all depends, hit or miss in Ipanema. But a lot of that stuff in that area is dated. Period. Depending on if they made some adjustments to it. You'll see different adjustments if they put new appliances in there, if they put new fixtures in there. That will take their toll on most of those Airbnbs. But like after seeing that culture, Everybody I know that went out there have gone out there. You see my Brazilian cigar. Shout out to the Donna Flores. These cigars are, man, these Brazilian cigars are smashing. They dope. I usually get the short and dark, and I usually get the long and more lighter cigar. So it all depends. But this is a Scudo. So, but with that being said, yo, you can't come back the same. Like, I know dudes they have sex out there 4 times a day. You can't come back the same from that. With some of the most beautiful women on earth. You can't come back from that. They insides are more cleaner. Some of them, they couldn't even hold nothing because it's so rich to the soil with the food. You can't go down there and hear the musical arts, like the different forms, and understand the history of the Orisha and all of that. You can't go there and come back the same from hearing the history and how they created bossa nova, how they try to go over or cover samba being originated in Salvador Bahia with the Africans, and they try to switch it and flip it and send it somewhere else in Brazil. You can't look at that history and hear that history. And how they built the churches of gold, and what the slaves had to go through, the slave ports, how they turned those into markets. You can't go to that area. You can't go see all of that and then come back the same. You can't. You can't go see the beautiful beaches. You can't go talk to the most inviting people on earth. Some of the most inviting people on earth are Brazilians. I don't care what y'all say. But you can't go that. If you went to Africa, you might feel that way. If you went to Southeast Asia, you might feel that way. Some parts of Europe or some island countries, you still might get that feel, what we feel every time we leave a country. So you can't come back the same to me. You can't. I can't come back and look at a woman and say, yo, she's a dime. Nah, I just can't. I just can't. I cannot come back and say like, yo, this chick right here is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, because it'd be a lie. It'd be a lie. Because you go to places like outside of this country, is women that are blow. Man, I've seen a picture of a woman who is black as the asphalt in Africa, and one of the most drop-dead gorgeous women I've ever seen. So it all depends. You could go to the Ukraine and somebody might feel like that about the Ukraine. So you can't come back and I can never be on the women in the United States like I would because if you felt what we felt, and of course we put it through videos, try to give you as much as we can through videos, like you do books. It's hard for you to express yourself when you actually have gone out the country and actually have touched different things, right? You could see the changes in men, how they'll really change when they're around women. So when you come back to this country, you like, oh, that dude was out there tripping. You're like, you can't look at that guy the same. And it's somebody that you thought you've known and made her like, and you're like, oh, they change when women around, even in foreign countries. When you look at guys like that and they got the most beautiful woman on earth, why would you have to change? She'll bow to you. You shouldn't have to do that. It'll really blow your mind. You're like, yo. And you see the way dudes act like they've never been around a beautiful woman before. Then you think about it, the music. It's like, yo, when you see the passion that they put on every rhythm of that beat hit, that drum, right? Along with the guitar and along with the strings on any instrument. When you see that, you're like, yo, they really take pride in their music. It's like that stuff right there will really change it. So you cannot come back. If you come back the same, then you wasn't going out there but for one reason. One. And women will go out there for glamour shots. Dudes will go out there just for vagina. Just the way it is. Dudes will go out there. I've been putting little like clips up on their Patreon to show cats just little information for now. Because cats got to see this, like, yo, we really have a blast out there, yo. Blessed plate to me local who is not a working girl. I don't know what you mean. Are you talking to somebody when you say that? You asking me where the best place? You're always sad and you want to cry when you got to return. Hilarious. But shout out to Worldly Traveler. But it is the way it is. Oh, okay. Well, this is what I tell y'all. It's not like all of them other countries. I really felt like I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. I'm gonna be real with you, because I had people with me, and I felt like if I go off and do my own thing, I'm gonna alienate it. So that's why I'm glad they got their first thing out the way, because I wanted to go to Florianopolis. I really did. I wanted to leave, go to Florianopolis, and I had several other states in Brazil I was going to visit. But I felt like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, this trip felt like I couldn't do what I really wanted to do. I couldn't do what I really wanted to do because I wanted my family to really see and experience some stuff on their own, but I didn't want to alienate them. So I really felt, because I wanted to jump to different states like I did last year. Before this COVID thing hit last year, you know, I was jumping around in January. I really wanted to do that. But to me, Portuguese is going to be very difficult to meet, quote unquote, regular. Yeah, no, you see, if you talk to taxi cab drivers, they might be doing a barbecue, right? This is how you do it. I gave y'all this secret before. So to all the new people who just checking out my content, shout out to y'all. What you do, there's a trick that I used to do when I first started going to Brazil a few years ago. I would get in touch with a taxi cab driver, get cool with an Uber driver, see if they throwing a barbecue at their house, or if they doing anything like that. You get in touch with them, you chop it up with them, you get a feel of it, you practice and this is mainly to the ones that you'll feel comfortable with, that you can read. Some of them can hide some stuff, some of them you can read. And you'll talk to them and you'll get to know them, you'll exchange numbers, see where's a barbecue going on at. See where there's a festival going at. See if he's gonna be there, see if he's gonna be there with friends, see if he got people in the neighborhood. And that's how you get to meet local women without going out there meeting local women. You could go to the bars in Batajuca. You could go to the bars in the North Zone. You could go to all of those bars and you can away from the tourist areas and you can meet somebody. It don't matter. They feel you off your energy and they could tell you're not from there, right? So those little tricks I would do. Taxi, oh, you throwing a barbecue? Yeah, the Uber driver talking to him, chopping it up. He might be a cool guy. Yo, there's a barbecue. I do it every Saturday with my family. You go chill with you go chill with them, right? And that's how you build that connection. So if you go out there, you could go to a barbecue with him. You could meet people that you might meet at a store. You just got to go out there and chop it up with people, because all of those people working around the Copacabana area, they mainly live away from that area. None of them live down there. So you build that connection. You especially if you're gonna be down there for 10 days, 15 days. If you got time, you can do this. You could do this type of stuff. So that's how I usually do it. I meet somebody, chop it up with them, get cool with them, and then go from there. That's how I usually do it. I usually go from there and then build a connection from there. That always works. Always works. I'm returning back to Sao Paulo Saturday. It's sad going back. Yeah, it is. Shout out to Pat. What up, bro? But that's how that's a quick way to do it. You got I told you, Tinder never lies. Especially if you say you're going there for the first time, especially if you say you haven't experienced a country yet. You put stuff like that in your profile that'll catapult you. Now there is some other secrets that you could do, but I'm not going to tell you that here. Those for the people that really pay for my services. So, because shout out to Pat. Thanks a lot for the cash app, bro. But most people go down to gentlemen's clubs and they be fine at gentlemen's clubs and go in there and have a blast. Most cats don't even want one woman that's going to. So you never know. It all depends on what you choose. Most dudes go to the gentlemen's clubs. I'm telling you, you can always chill in there. You can grab you a cigar, some liquor, just you in there chilling. Some cats like, nah, I'm not with that. What's your cup of tea when you leave the country? That's the biggest thing I'll be asking. What's your cup of tea? Follow what you like and venture out to see if that's what you like. It's all up to you. Because I did a video that I talked about, there's a video I've done, talked about like dudes rather be called baby, and I broke that down. Some dudes rather the chicks that call them baby, and we know those are sex workers, and we know they're respected in America. So why? Here's the thing that you need to ask yourself. They want to like respect them here in America, say you're not supposed to judge them and all of that. So why not take full advantage overseas when you go? I don't promote it. That's what you feel like doing. Why don't you take advantage of Tinder? You have it here, take advantage of it. Why don't you do that? Like all of these avenues, you should take advantage of. Like it's hard for me because you dudes just don't want to come out your pocket. Let's just be real. You don't want to come out your pocket. You want to try to do the easy way out on things, and then sometimes that's not good. It's not good. But I say you can enjoy any of these places. So, like I come back here, and just my energy is different. My energy is like, okay, you got a tight dress on. Cool. Okay, you said this restaurant is popping. Cool. Like, I tasted the food that you're saying in that restaurant is popping. It's not. Have you ever tasted a dish straight out the waters of Brazil? Have you tasted out the water? Like, have you ever really sat down and really taste some real cooking with no pesticides that pumped with no GMOs? Well, you can't tell me about good food because you have to have that pumped in America. So you cannot tell me about good food. So when I have those discussions with people, it's like, yo, you're on a whole different type of energy. I'm just sorry. To have my insides feel like they cleaned out whenever I eat a meal in a place like Brazil, then come here, it's just a difference. So my conversation is going to be different. That's why guys, you always hear guys say, yo, I had to change my friends. Yeah, you did. You had to change your friends. So we had a damn good time. We had a damn good time. So you guys need to understand that you can't, when you really delve into it, you can't come back the same. You don't feel the same. Your energy is like, nothing bothers you. Because, yo, Salvador by here, we went up there, we flew from Rio to Salvador just in one day. We came back in one night, right? We spent about 6 hours up there, 7 hours. Yes, we really did that. So most tickets that you would do it in advance cost like $60. So it's not like it's breaking your bank. You go up there, you come back down, right? But in Salvador, the people are much more cooler than the people in Rio. Like, If you go in Salvador Bahia, the people out there are much cooler than the people in Rio. They much more tranquil. They much more relaxed. They don't, nothing bothers them. They take their time to do stuff. So when you go to countries like that, you like, damn, this is different from the hustle and bustle out here in America. Like everything has to be fast. Everything has to be quick. Everything has to be, you're like, I'm cool on that. So you come here and you adjust like, yo, this is how they live. Like, and you talk to the locals, they like, yo, we just get one thing done at a time instead of trying to do 15 things at once. So see, this bug is probably on me. I can't see it, but that's the difference. That's where you get to understand, like, yo, that's why I can't listen to YouTube. Like people don't get that. They don't get. I can't go on nobody's and listen to them talking about beefing, going at each other's throats, or women complaining about men, or men complaining about women. It doesn't compute. So y'all like, oh, yo, you acting like this. I'm like, bro, I've been to Brazil 28 times. My conversation is different than anybody on YouTube who it's opposite. So I don't even have those same conversations with family members. I'm like, yo, you gotta see the difference, but y'all don't want to get that. Y'all just want to be, oh, yo, what you mean? You think you, yeah, I think I'm better than you. Yeah, I think I'm better than you. Matter of fact, I know I'm better than you. Because your mind hasn't evolved from the same conversations as beefing and all that. J. Cloud, what up, bro? Your mind hasn't changed from all of that. It hasn't. There hasn't been a switch in your, like you haven't gotten to be, you just want to beef, you want to talk about what happens on the internet. Your Quad, what up, bro? I'm past that. So when dudes start talking about, yo, these women are doing this, I'm like, bro, I can't relate. I don't have those problems overseas with women. Hell, you could pay them $30 to leave. You could pay some of the most beautiful women $30 and you ain't got to hear their headache. You don't have to hear anything. Or you tell them, shut up, let's go to the beach, if that's your girlfriend or your wife. You sit on the beach and y'all just chill. There's less conversation on the beach. The ocean is crashing. It's too loud. You got a Bluetooth speaker next to you playing music. So if I do it overseas, why would I come back here and listen to, I can't. That's why them dudes can't relate to me and I can't relate to them. Because they're concerned with what's happening on the internet and I really don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn what's happening between relationships, what Star says something about black men, and I don't give a damn. I'm gonna go down to Brazil, get a Brazilian cigar, get a Portugal cigar, get an African cigar. I'm gonna go be in African waters. I'm gonna be in European waters. I just don't care about the conversation. Our conversations are not the same. I want you to tell me, yo, what's the infrastructure? How's that being built? How did you guys get there? The history of that country. What can I learn? How do you become so tranquil? Those are the things that I'm talking about, yo. I said, those are the things that I'm talking about. So if you don't have that conversation and you're only concerned with, oh, YouTube is your life. Some dudes, I'm like, damn, y'all really need to close your laptops and turn off all your phones. If YouTube is strictly, all your conversations is about YouTube. What happens on YouTube, what somebody talked about, you're just wasting your life away. People say, well, oh, yo, how's going overseas better? I just broke down. Just broke down several things. They not registering to you, and my nasal passages are clogged up ever since I came back from Brazil. My nasal passages are clogged the hell up, so it's hard for me to really breathe. But but that's how that goes. So you don't want to see it my way. I can see it your way all day. Yes, they are doing that. Yes, they are doing that. Yes, they are. Now what you gonna do? I got my passport and I exited. Most dudes got their passports and exited who frequent this channel. Yeah, my shit is messed up, bro. I could barely breathe out of my nose. I had to breathe through my mouth. I was called though 100 times now though. Oh yeah, I've been taking some vitamin C and all that. I'm going to buy your book to get more knowledge. Thanks a lot, Mr. Wolf. Because a lot of people don't understand. Yo, it's in your favor. Yo, dude, you know what it's like to see all of the fellas in one gentleman's club? All of us chilling, listening to music, talking, vibing with each other. Bro, you know what it's like to be with your fellas and y'all on the same type of time? Yo, that shit is, none of y'all complain about American dating. None of y'all complain about marriage. None of y'all complain about, you don't think about what happened in the US. You don't give a damn. All you care about is, yo, hit that thumbs up. Yo, fellas telling me that y'all not hitting the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up real quick. So, you know what it's like to have a conversation with the fellas that we on the same type of time? We're like, yo, what you going through? Dog, I really can't talk to you about that, dog. You do this. Man, I see what you're saying, bro. I get what you're saying, but I can't relate, bro. I can't relate. Thanks a lot, Mr. Wolf. Shout out to you, bro. I can't relate. Now, me and Jay Clyde can have a conversation on our nostrils being clogged up and what we need to do to clear them up every time we leave Brazil. Jay Clyde and I can have conversations about that. Why do our nostrils get clogged up every time we go to this particular country? Yo, how did you feel when you was in this section of the country? We can have those conversations. Yo, what you think about property and buying it? Do you think that the buildings are modernized? Do you think, what would you put into that? What would you buy that condo for? That's what Jay Clyde, the conversation is Jay Clyde and the man with the plan, aka Ralph, and my cousin and my boy Buck just went out there to do a film. He really shot a film out there. That's what we was doing the whole time. Every time I was with him, he was shooting content to put a film together, an actual documentary, and an actual low-budget film. He actually put a low-budget film together. Those are the conversations that we can have. Yo, what equipment are you using? Oh, yo, that equipment works best for you out here in the sun and yo, do you get a good shot? Those are the conversations we can have. Yo, how have the ladies been treating you? Yo, the ladies been treating me wonderful. Yo, what do you do with those ladies? How do they, like, what section of the country have you gotten better results from? Those are the conversations that we have. We don't have conversations, yo, them American women, they ain't nothing, forget those American. We don't have those conversations. We just don't. And you knock us for not having those conversations, you need to get out the country, dude. You're supposed to congratulate us for being stressed, like less stress on us by worrying about dating or a woman wanting us to buy their affection or having to get married and go through divorce. Because that's what marriage now is going to always lead to divorce. You could miss me with that. So these are the conversations that we had. So you can't come and give me what you, because, yo, I left the country 3 years ago. Y'all left the country 7 years ago. You got dudes still talking about their trips that they left 7 years ago. And I'm like, dude, you got the whole world. Why are you sitting in the crib, bro? Any brother going out of the country is moving up in the world. Exactly. And you educating yourself. All of that stuff that they talk about, the variant and all of that, you go to these countries, you're like, yo, where's all this going on at? The people here don't, the same people I've been knowing for years are healthy as hell. You're like, where's this at? But the news are purporting, yo, they're dropping like flies and 100,000. You like, where is this? You go out to the actual, I remember this lady, and I mentioned this before. She was on somebody's live stream, right? She was, so she got off there, she went and did her own video on her own channel. She was out there in Israel. She said, yo, I don't hear no bombing. None of that. Hey, what up? Salute you, glad that you returned safely. Yeah, thanks a lot, bro. All grace through the Most High watching me. But she said, yo, my cousins and family sending me all this news. She's out there on the ground. She said, yo, she showed people are just walking around chilling. But on the news is purporting that everywhere is being bombed and she like, where's all of this stuff that they're talking about? It's not happening here. And it was right in the city that they were reporting from. So when you're on the ground, you get the view from the world. How do they feel about Americans? How do they think about us? What do they think about particular groups, categories, races, or ethnicities? And you get to really hear it from the horse's mouth. You're like, damn, I didn't know that. How much respect that they have for a certain group or a certain type of culture or certain music. You don't know that till you actually on the ground and actually speaking to the people. When I go into favelas, get nothing but love. Nothing but love. Don't have these issues, yo. Don't have these problems. I'm kind of sleepy. All of the partying that we did and not getting no sleep and people waking up early. Let me tell you, I hate going to a country, and I'm gonna tell you this, the one gripe, where people run back to their hotel Airbnb and then they get up in the morning and then they call your phone, yo, when you getting breakfast or who's doing breakfast? I'm like, yo, you went in early last night. We stayed out till like 4 in the morning. You want us to get up at 7 just because you took it down earlier. Like, what? Bro, in 3 days, I got 6 hours worth of sleep. Literally in Brazil. I counted. In 3 days, 6 hours worth of sleep. 6. I was like, oh, hell no. I had to stay in bed longer sometimes. Because these people go back to the Airbnb and hotel and take it in early. And I'm like, for what? I don't care if this is the most boring thing you're doing. You're supposed to be sitting out relaxing. You doing what you do in America, going back to that's the thing that baffled me. Why would you go back to the Airbnb or hotel quickly? Why? Shout out to Grego. He said Rio was it was. But I just hated that. They start emailing and texting people. I'm like, were you out last night with us? No, I went in early. Well, then shut up. Go get breakfast by yourselves. I didn't see the comment. Repost the comment. Airbnb so much I can't even make a video. Whoever posted that, it went away. Theory JC, what up? 6, MWIOC, bro. A lot of people was out in Brazil this time around. Because they was telling me that people was out there. Shout out to Johnny Flacco. He was telling me that certain content creators was out there. I didn't get a chance to meet nobody. If I did walk across them, I didn't recognize them until people said, yo, you know who that was, right? I didn't know. I didn't know. But shout out to them being out in Brazil. You can't complain about a place like Brazil. You can't. It's so much better than all these places, and people get addicted. They're like, yo, I see why these dudes come out here so much. I see why they take that long ass flight to come out here. Yeah, now you see. All the newbies was saying that. They was like, yo, I see why y'all go out here so much. And I'm pretty sure some people might think that about the Philippines, Thailand, Japan, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Tanzania. I'm sure they might say that. You definitely seen a lot of pleasure to live. Yeah, you don't. We are just so. People see what we talking about every time they land. They're like, yo, I see why you rocking all of this. I see why. I see why you're doing all this. So, I see why you went out there 28 times. I see why. You see why now. Because it's one of the most relaxing places I've ever been to. And I haven't been to many places. I just kept going back to Brazil. If I would have took all the times I went to Brazil and actually spread that out, I would just have on my resume, yo, I went to all these countries, but never got the full experience out of these countries. And think about this, Brazil not even opened up fully. That's the crazy part where people don't understand. They're not doing a lot of their events because of this thing. Like, we was all supposed to go to a soccer game. If they was open, we'd have been in Maracanã. I'm going to Brazil this year. I will be the first time. Oh, it went away quick. Brazilians think I'm crazy when I tell them I wouldn't mind living in their country. Yeah, they do. The women out there want me to stay. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. When the opportunity comes and it's time to jump on it, oh, I'm jumping. I was listening to the Richest Man in Babylon again, the audio version, right? There's one thing they said. They had a thing where it came up in the book with procrastination. And he asked them, he said, what were the moments where you procrastinated? And one of them said that he was at the gate, right? And this dude, they closed the gates for the night in Babylon. So they had to stay outside and post a tent in front of the wall, right? Listen to how this connects to travel. And how it just connects with life, not even travel. He said this sheep herder, goat herder came up and said, yo, my wife is sick. I need to sell all these goats. So he said, the dude came up to him like, my wife is sick. He's like, yo, I got like 900 sheep here, goat. So next thing you know, the dude was like, who had the money. He was searching for goat and sheep and livestock for like 10 days. He ain't find nothing, right? For his price. So the dude said, yo, I know it's dark out here, but I'm telling you, all of them here. So he said, all right, well, let me see. He started counting. He said, man, this is a strenuous task. I can't do this in the dark. Nah. So the dude was like, yo, buy 2/3 of it. Give me the 2/3 of the price. I'm going to keep my slave here so you can count them. Dude said, no, right? So the gates of the city open up early in the morning, right? All of a sudden, these buyers start flooding out the city and said, yo, I need some goats. How much you will? He got more money for them goats by waiting out until the city opened than he would for the price that he was about to get with an old boy who was stuck out the city with him. So the dude said, he come to find out, he would have made about 7 times the money off those livestock because they heard that a war was coming. He would have, or drought was coming. He would have made 7 times more off those goats than he would if he would have bought them that night. Now he lost out, and he always regretted it. He always regretted not buying those sheep that herd and taking that dude for his word, because the dude said, yo, give me 2/3. You don't even got to give me the whole thing now. I'm going to leave one of my people here. He going to help you count it. Still wouldn't do it. And he regretted that to that day. So why you think I jumped on Brazil when Mike, shout out to Mike. Y'all know Mike, y'all seen him on here in my blog talk days. Why you think Mike When he gave me the thought processes of traveling, I jumped right on it. I didn't hesitate. I jumped right on it because I knew that it would become a life changer. I knew that it would become more like you'll have more to talk about when you're around certain people. Like for instance, let me tell you what Brazilians do, right? Yeah, they many brothers on their deathbed regretting not traveling to places like Brazil. Yeah, they do. Let me tell you what would have happened. The reason why I took the opportunity to go to different states in Brazil, and I would do the same thing for Europe, is because they only think you're going to there for one reason, and one reason only, for sex and women, right? So let me tell you what they do. In Brazil, right, you got people that come around, I see you love my country, but do you only go to Rio? That's the test. Let me give y'all something that Brazilians do plenty of times, and you'll catch them doing this. They'll say, yo, I know you've been to my country many times, but do you only go to Rio? So I sit there, I say, I already know where they're getting with this, right? They're only getting, do you come out here just for the women and then go back to your country? Here's how you get them. So I always sit there, I said, nope, I've been to the Espírito Santo, I've been to the Amazonas, I've been to Recife, I've been to Sao Paulo, I've been to Salvador Bahia, and you start breaking it down to them, they automatically have a newfound respect for you. They automatic. So now your conversation, even with Brazilians, speaking in Portuguese, it even changes toward them. Because they had this certain mindset about you going to the country. They have a certain, you got a certain stigma on you. You got a certain stigma on you. And they will actually give you that test in conversation. You say, yo, that's a fact. They have a real test they give. Yeah, they do. And so when you actually, and then you can break down the culture and you can break down the history in a place like Amazonas and talk about the tribes, talk about the animals, talk about the diseases, and talk about the spiders, even break down the trees and what trees, when you start doing that, it blows their mind. And these are Brazilians who get dumbfounded that you know their history. Me on the plane from Rio to Sao Paulo with someone. Yes, when you break down their history, they're dumbfounded. I don't know why I keep doing that. They're dumbfounded. They like, yo, this dude really knows his shit. Yes. And then now, they're gonna invite you to the barbecues. Because I have so much more to offer than Rio. Yup. Well, what's good, fellas? Shout out to you, Vel. So, when you break, now they're gonna offer you to the barbecues. I'm telling you dudes how to get cool with Brazilians. Now they're gonna say, okay, he's more than just women. Now they're gonna say, hey, yo, my family's throwing this, you could come. Oh, that's Valak, shout out to Valak. Yo, they're still not letting me see the names. I don't know what's going on. So next thing out of nowhere, you start getting offered the barbecues, or they'll tell you, oh, since you like that Salvador Bahia vibe, yo, over here in Rio, they throwing an African, now you get offers, now you get invited places, now you get to see more of the country without even trying. Without even trying. You get to see more of the country without even trying. So I'm telling dudes like, yo, this is how you win in a place or any country. This is how you win overseas. Let's say you hit them with the knowledge that caught them off guard. Yeah, exactly. Getting invited to a cookout because you clicked outside of women. Exactly. So those are little key factors. That's why I tell you dudes, if you're going to like a place, research the place. I don't care where it's at. Research the religious customs, the foods, research the art, the musicians, research it. It don't take hard for a Google search. It's not hard for a Google search. It's not hard. Brazilians spoke English in Colombia, nobody speaks English. It's not hard. So, like, things like that, they can't get you on. And then plus you learn the whole language is crazy. Bro, I can understand damn near 90% of what Brazilians say. Now, sometimes they might say something like, There's this thing Brazilians do. It's called vish. Like vish. V-I-S-H, right? And all that is like, it's like, wow, or damn. Like, that's just an expression. So Brazilians might say vish or vish. You know for a fact when you hear that, that's like, wow. That's something I learned out there in this last trip. I didn't know that expression. Usually they say nossa. Nossa means wow. But I was able to get that expression by talking to the locals. Speaking to the locals, communicating with them. Like cobra. Cobra means charge, right? But if you say cobra, it could also mean cover. Like cobra por nariz. Like it might cover your nose when you're sneezing. See, there's different things that you can learn with languages, but when you're around the locals, they teach you this stuff because they have slang. I was also surprised about the English I heard in Rio. What English? But you don't notice until you speak to them. You don't notice. So you can't come back to a country and be the same after you experience that. Like, I get bored with conversations. When people start talking about the typical shit, I just sit there bored. I don't know how Grego does it. How did Grego go to a place like Brazil, now that he got Brazil under his belt, he got that stamp, right? I don't know how he could go there and then still hang out with Americans out here in Atlanta and have the same typical conversations, unless they travel just like him. I don't know him like that. J. Claude knows Grego to that magnitude, but I don't know how he does it. Because he hangs out all around Atlanta. I'm like, what the conversation is like. Do you speak about the same things? Do you, like, how do you operate with your friends? Or do they travel just as much as him? I don't know how people do it. I got rid of my, it's to the point my boy called me on it. He said, yo, a dude at my job is retiring. He's a white guy and he's selling property out in Brazil. I said, I don't care about his color. If I'm interested in the property, depending on where it's at, come talk to me. And I'll put it out there to the public. He knew out of all people, I go to Brazil. So I was the first phone call that he made about the property that the guy is selling. You see a different conversation. He know to not come to me about the typical shit. I don't care what's happening with you and your girl. I really don't care, dude. I don't care what's happening with you and your what you've been drinking. I don't care about the latest liquor out here. I don't care about none of that. I don't care what club is opening. Don't care about none of that. He knew that the conversation that he needed to spark with me, right, was, now, children are universal. So you could talk about, yo, how's your son? That's your boy, you could talk about stuff like that. How's your son? How's school with him? Yo, is he doing good? Those are the conversations that you could have, yes. But the conversation, I want omnidirectional conversation. I want it universal. I don't want the typical pot conversation. I don't do pot conversations, yo. Because those are going to eventually boil over. The shit I'm talking about is the pot goes from here to one side of the earth to the other. It's hard to fill that pot. It's hard. Damn near impossible. It's like the ocean. So I don't have pot conversations. I have universal conversations. I want to speak about everything that's happening in the world. So if you're talking to me about something, like for instance, they told me, yo, but let's talk about the deaths happening overseas. I said, the deaths happening, look at Atlanta. All the shootings that's happening. All the robberies. I'm like, if you want, I can stay here and get robbed. I can stay here and get killed. So it's like, something is different. I could take 3 flights to Medellin as long as it takes to get to Rio. Yeah, that's true. Well, 9 hours, yeah. It'll take a good 9 hours to get to Brazil. It'll take even longer to get to the Philippines and Thailand. because you got to go to different airports and get on different flights. So depending on what part of the world you go to. But is it worth it just staying in one country? That's the question. Is it worth it just staying in one country? I don't think so. To me, it's hard for me to fathom staying in one country. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Africa. I want to go all around. More worth it. I don't know. How am I going to visit Colombia after going to Brazil? Yeah. Brazil's the more, I'll tell you, out of all South America, Brazil, hands down, I'll put Brazil against anywhere in the world. Anywhere. I'll put Brazil against anywhere in the world. Because every time you go there, it's a blast. I think Spain's are open now. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of places are open now. I'm making my adjustments. Oh, I got some stuff coming for y'all. Oh, I got some stuff. Now that they finally open, oh, I got some stuff. I was thinking of Colombia the whole time I was in Brazil. I doubt that. I doubt that. You ain't give a fuck about Colombia. You ain't give a fuck about Colombia. I doubt that. Thailand is on my list, but you must quarantine for 14 days upon it. Oh, I'm not doing that. I won't be going there. Why would I go to one of the most fantastic? Brazil is Africa. Salvador Bahia. I wanted Grego to go up there and see that. It would have blew his mind if he would have went up there. Germany, France, Belgium, Prague. I wanted to go to Prague. Remember I was planning on going to Prague until this thing hit and I had to cancel my trip? I was supposed to go to Prague. I had a lady waiting out there for me. She still hits me up every now and then, asking me if I'm still coming. But here's the crazy part about it. She had a baby by an American. Ain't that crazy? A lady in Prague, you will like Prague, bro. Good food, great people. I just don't like that brick. If I want to see bricks, I go to places like the UK. To me, it just feel. But when I looked at certain parts of, I don't know, the water's just not appealing. I'm late, but finally tuning in. Yeah, shout out to you. I can't see your name. All it says is CA, so I don't know your name. And like I said, we saw Watashi walking down the strip, chilling. Watashi was just chilling, walking down the strip with him and his lady. Him and his lady just chilling. You know, the man with the plane know everybody. So everybody happy to see him. Parts of Europe can be depressing with the structures and great weather. See, that's what I can't stand. That's what I can't stand about some parts of Europe. It's like it's dim. But it's my preference. I like it quick. Brazil is dope though. It's Cap. Oh, shout out to you, man. What up, Cap? Captain Saver. So, it's dope. We're already planning our next adventures, yo. I feel you, bro. Matter of opinion. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I wanted to always try out Spain, but the run under the bull, that history, the Moorish history, how they feel about darker skinned people. I don't know. It's got me doing history and understanding history and what they got in their store windows in many of these countries. I'm like, I ain't rocking with it. You need to start doing tours down there, bro. Doing tours in Brazil. I don't know. I was thinking about it, but it's hard taking Americans' money. Like I would go to Brazil and do tours and become a guia turisto. That's a tour guide. You say guia turisto. I would go down there. That means tour guide in Portuguese. But I'd become a guia, a guide. Guia means guide. But I really become a gear if I had fellas that were into more than just wanting to see women. And wanting to see women. If I could get dudes with that omnidirectional thinking, I'm cool. Cause bro, we had so much sex down there, bro. I got tired of sex. I got so exhausted with. I told J. Clyde and Grego, the man with the plan, and my cousin and Buck. I was like, yo, I don't see how y'all do it, yo. I don't see how y'all do it, yo. I wish I wouldn't have wasted my time going to Medellin. Yeah, I remember you were stuck out there. I don't see how y'all do it. Oh, thanks a lot, Rex. I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about going out there, staying and living in Brazil for a couple months, see how it goes. If I go out there, nobody comes out there when I'm out there, you'll never see me do it again. Everybody tell you, yes, you try something one time. Y'all say y'all want to be part of it. Y'all don't show up. I will never do it again. Yeah, I got tired of sex. I know y'all probably like, what? I told you, I'm only good for one day, one time. A good one time, I'm done. I want to see the sights. The women are not my focus on their accessory. Yeah, them, but Americans really mess things up there. I felt the energy. Where they mess things up in Brazil? Hit that thumbs up, fellas. Stop what you're doing. Hit the thumbs up. I got tired of sex today. Yeah, I get tired, man. I'm like, because those women are ready to please you. Yo, to be in a world like that, bro. Yeah, too much ass. Yeah. It's just, yo, a dude told me, this gonna mess y'all up. A dude told me about Brazil. He said, yo, where's the women that's thicker? Vic, I'm putting you on the spot. He said, yo, man, where the women that's thicker? All of these women seem like they're in shape. I fell out the chair. He actually came out his mouth and said he want women that are not shaped like Brazil. Because you know they got the thin waists and they got all of that. He said he wanted women that are sloppy. I damn near fell out my chair, bro. I damn near fell out my chair. He actually said he wanted sloppy women. Yeah, he did. I'm not going to say it. But yeah, mandate, you're right. He said he wanted sloppy women. I couldn't believe it. He said, yo, the women are too here or too fit. I was like, how do you call women too fit? How in the hell do you call women too fit? Oh my God, that really blew my mind when he said that. I was like, man, to each his own. I like them thick, but I don't like them sloppy. Maybe he was under, yeah, he need to harpoon their asses. Yeah. But I told him, I said, you need to stay in America for that. I like them thick, but not to that magnitude. Hell no. Y'all see my women there. I had some thick women in Brazil, boy. He been in the major, yeah, I don't call it that, but he been in America too long. They want some thickness to the joint. Please share your thoughts with everyone you know. So what your quad say is something, he said something bad about Colombia, gotta be. If Grego commenting, he said something bad. I didn't see that. Global Paper, you'll have to repost that. I didn't see it. Hit that thumbs up. Yo, go get my t-shirts. I got Colombia and Brazil. I didn't buy the Colombia. Hopefully J. Clyde and all the Colombian people could buy the Colombian shirt. He said, where's Riri? Oh, Riri, we saw her before we left. She out there chilling. She out there chilling. Rihanna's out there chilling. And she named her Instagram page Riri because so many people tell her she looked like Rihanna. If you didn't see that video, go on my live streams, you'll see the video. It say I saw Riri in Brazil, Rihanna in Brazil. She could make a living off that, boy. She don't know. They got sloppy women. I heard Medellin, from what I'm hearing with J. Clyde, most of the women in Medellin are slim. I don't know if that's true. I gotta believe J. Clyde, so I know it's true. Brazil have 26 states, very different women all over Brazil. Yeah, Brazil has different women all over. Muito diferente. Mulheres em diferentes estados em Brasil, esperando por você. They got sloppy chicks in Brazil too. Yeah, they do. They do. Don't get it twisted. They do. That's everywhere in the world. But pound for pound, they outdo America. Yeah, they're looking for obese women. I ain't looking for no obesity. Not me. But Vic is a bigger dude. Y'all gotta understand, Vic got some size on him. So he like to handle some women. He said he want women that he can handle. And he said them little chicks, he wants somebody to give him some fight. But the ratio of fit to sloppy is overwhelming. Yeah. Bro, when you see that, I've seen American women tuck their bodies underneath. How you in damn near 100-degree weather wearing a cape? Because the bodies in Brazil look good. Especially when you go on the beach, you're gonna really see the fit, shapely. And they out there in thong bikinis playing beach volleyball, tennis. What's the other one Jay Clyde said? Where that you can't use your hands, but you can use your feet, you can use your head. I forgot what that game is called. Jay Clyde know it. Oh, damn. And I wanted to get that on the beach. I wanted to get us doing that game on the beach, but we didn't get a chance to do it. We didn't get a chance to do it, but I don't know the game. Jay Clyde had to put it. No, it's not soccer. It's something else. Jay Clyde knew the name of it. So it's crazy to me. Medellin got them petite chicks. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot. There's eye candy on the beach. Hell yeah. It's like Foot Valley. Yeah, it's like a volleyball with foot. Like, it's crazy, yo. It's crazy. Hit that thumbs up, fellas. You already know we in here heavy. Hit that thumbs up. But again, after seeing that, you can't come back the same. A captain said, if brothers want thick, Oprah is single. Oprah is single. There's a lot of Oprahs in the United States, bro. I like them just the way they are in places like Brazil. There's a lot of Oprahs in the States. Oh yeah, I've seen that game before. Yeah, it's like a volley / tennis. I don't know, it's weird. I saw them on the beach playing it. I was like, yo, that sport is crazy. Like, women actually out there competing with men, getting fit. So shout out to that game. Wait, they that perfect in Medellin? A lot of broke Oprahs. Yeah, they got a lot of, but like stuff like that, it amazes you. It amazes you, bro. They could have, I seen a chick have 3 children and don't have a stomach. That's insane to me, yo. She got like 3 kids, no stomach. No stomach at all. No gut, no nothing. Just perfect figure. However, I'm sure I hate summers there. Yeah, we was out there, bro, the summers in Brazil, I hate the summers. They too hot. You can't enjoy yourself. You're gonna sweat out. You wonder why Brazilian women take 7 showers a day. Literally take 7 showers. Like, they have to wash their body in Brazil like crazy. They have to. In the summertime. Is it humid heat or dry? Humid. Very humid. There's no dry heat in no Brazil. Very humid. Very humid. And you mentioned it earlier, food is more healthy. Yeah, when I was eating the food, the fish, they had this fish called, Oh my God, it start with a C. It's like a dish where it got this special sauce in it. Bro, you eat that, your waste, when you go to the toilet, it's gonna come out like real milky. It's not gonna be diarrhea, it's just a different, your body's not used to it. Your body's just not used to it, so you gotta get acclimated. I got you. I see why they take a lot of showers. Yeah, they do. Brazilian women love to shower. Covina fish. Is that the name? I think so. I'm not sure. Tell everyone you can, Yaquab. What, Yaquab, saying something bad about Medellin? If J. Claude and Grego is telling you to go tell, that means they want the guys to not go to Medellin. You know they trolling. So if I was you, I'd go to Medellin. I will never go to Salvador by here. I don't like curly froze. Visiting during their summer, what their water bill be like in Brazil. It's cheap. The lady told me that they struggle paying 300 reais a month for rent. Hold on, let me repeat. They struggle paying 300 reais a month for rent. 3000. Do the conversion rate. I want y'all to do it right now. 300 reais is their rent. $300. So if you think about that, I seen the internet prices were cheaper than some places in the U.S. and Brazil. Yeah, yo, they internet is strong as hell in this bomb. Shout out to Brazil. They struggle paying that. They struggle paying that, Mr. Wolf. That's what I'm saying. Grego like Florianopolis. He ain't go nowhere. He just went to Rio. But Florianopolis is still a little ways away from America, so he's not going to like it, getting on 2 planes to go to Florianopolis. So it all depends on what you like. Please preach, get mixed. What get mixed saying? I might just move on out there. Yeah, you can. Can what? It's J. Cloud. I don't know what y'all talk about. Pat knows me well. Wait, Pat is your friend? I don't get what's going on here. Y'all fucking confusing me. $60, 57, yeah. They really struggle to pay that, so it's not like here in America. They looked at me when I said that ain't nothing. They was like, for you, cause you from America. They looked like me with offense, so I didn't say that the rest of the trip. She looked like she wanted to cut my junk off because I told her that 300 reais ain't nothing. Grego, you would also love Ukraine. I would pay that for 10 years. If y'all got bread like that, you're gonna love Brazil. That's what I'm saying. All them people that quit their corporate jobs, who now saved up 100 grand in the bank, they was making $100,000 a year. You should have more than that saved up. But I get it. Your crop keep telling everyone Medellin sucks. Oh, okay. That's what J. Clyde and them keep saying that. No, Grego love Asians. Grego, listen. Grego, I met a Japanese girl. Y'all don't understand. Japanese is heavy out in Brazil. Japanese is heavy out in Brazil. And you meet a lot of Japanese women that speak Portuguese. They don't even speak Japanese. They speak Portuguese. It's crazy when you be around them. You're like, you don't know Japanese? It's crazy. Bought us 57 for $578 for 10 years. Yeah, but it all depends on, do they stay in old looking apartments? That's the thing. That's the thing you gotta realize. Do they stay in older apartments? The real modern apartment's gonna cost you a little bit more. I heard they have a whole lot of Japanese communities down there. Yeah, especially in Sao Paulo. That's the biggest one over there in Liberdade. That's the largest Japanese population outside of, so they really get down. Someone put me on game. How much is the chicken in Rio? The chicken is only $30. You can live like a king out there. It's only $30. Some of the most beautiful women on earth. And you pay that for a woman in America who thinks she's all that glamorous, thinks she's all high and mighty because she buying expensive clothes and taking pictures. The amount you spend on her compared to what you spend on Brazil or places like it, nowhere near it. And people say, well, you promoting this. No, I'm not. You can't get me that. But I tell guys to go out there and really meet somebody that they rock with at least 50% of the time. 25% of the time, go to Gentlemen's Club. I'm going to keep saying that. We're heterosexual, stand-up, sidewalk cracking mom. $30 without the crack addiction and missing teeth. Yeah, you're right about that. Them Brazilian women, they love their grill. They take pride in their grill. Braces, all of that. They take pride in their thin waist. They take pride in sitting out in the sun and burning. I said, how do you sit in the sun and burn like you do? I can't understand that. Even my white Brazilians, I'm like, yo, she's trying it. It's crazy that they struggle to pay $300 a month. It's sad, but to be honest, no, it's not sad to me. It's their culture. I never get my feelings. After the 10th time of me being in Brazil, 10 times, I didn't care. I didn't care. It's their culture. They got to adjust. They had to adjust. They got to adjust. The new ones coming up got to adjust. Picture an 18-year-old woman in Brazil, 18 years old, being able to go to the bar and drink. That right there alone would trip you out. Like, what is she doing in here? She got a face of a 14-year-old in the bar, and you're like, what the? And she's chugging beers down. And she's 18 years old. So that tripped me out more than the price of rent. Because here, the legal age is 21. So that tripped me out more than anything when I first started going. Seeing these young-faced women in the bar. And they getting drunk like everybody else. That tripped me out more than anything. You said Sharpie. Sharpie is like the beer that's on tap. So whenever somebody says Sharpie, it's a cheap beer that's on tap. Yes, do you have a book about property in Brazil? Yeah, I'm coming up with all of that. But I want to get experience, and I want to go buy my property first. Some people know, is the chicken cheaper in Sao Paulo real? I don't know. Come on, Captain. I don't know. Jay Clyde got to know, let him get answer that. I ain't never been out in Sao Paulo like that, to the nightlife and all of that stuff. But I want to buy my first property out there before I could talk about property or make my first investment. Shout out to Butch. He always supported me going to Brazil, always throwing money my way. Shout out to Butch. I owe him. You know you got bags for days, brother. No, he only 21. He's still in school. Captain Save was 21. He's still in school. He's in college right now, university. So we got a little high rise right there. Every time I come out here, them same guys come out here. They look toward this area. And I guess they see me out here chilling, so they get on their balconies and start chilling. Yeah, the bags are coming. He working on it. Yeah, he said he's working on it right there. So he getting himself established. Because when he gets to our age, all the gems that we've been dropping for him, his discipline, he's going to be good. Can $40 get you a nice condo? Uh, Not in Copacabana. Copacabana, they want. I went. Y'all remember I did tour last year. We went to different condos and how much they wanted. Them dated condos were still going for like 500,000 for a dated condo. So a little bit away from the beach area, yes, you could get something good. So 60,000. So I say about 60,000 could get you something that you would like. So about 60 grand. So put another 20 on that, you could get something nice. Jay Clyde was telling me about something. One of his boys or something went out there and bought something. Can you, Captain? You been out the country? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's been out the country. Yeah, you posed that question to him. I don't think he. I think he has. Don't ever count Mexico and Canada. Is it safe to record with a nice camera out there? Y'all see, I had a $3,000 A7 III. I don't think it's a good idea in certain areas because they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. They say expensive camera like that, they're gonna get you. So it all depends on with your group. Ask, get a tour guide and all of that. About 67,000 could get you something in Copacabana decent, 1 bedroom. Yeah, smartphone only then. Yeah, we usually do it. I got one of them DJIs because of Jay Clyde. Jay Clyde had the first one, so I went and got the. Shout out to Rod. Rod had the first one. He told me to go get the second one. Rod really pushed me to go get the second one. The pocket cameras, so that way you can pull out of your pocket, hold it in your hand, and nobody know. You can record real quick, throw it in your pocket real quick. That's why I like the DJI pockets. Y'all need to go get those. They come in handy. They better than the cell phone. They better than the cell phone. You don't even have to pull out your cell phone when you got those. And plus it got a gimbal on it, so if you move different directions, it's gonna keep the focus straight. So I suggest that y'all go get it. They're gonna cost you around 500. I'm sure they sell drones down there as well. Yeah, they do, but I wouldn't buy it because they're gonna charge you 2.5 times the price. So no electronics in Brazil, none. I got a drone. Y'all know I got the DJI Maverick Pro 2. That drone costs anywhere from what, 12 you could get online to all the way up until 17 with all the accessories. So I paid closer to 2 grand for it when it first came out. So it was up there. So if I was to buy that drone in Brazil, you'll be paying literally like 3.5. So I wouldn't suggest that. I won't suggest it. I think you should get all your electronics here. Don't buy electronics out there. Yeah, you shouldn't. But however, they consistently beautiful, but the skinny. I know y'all don't like that, so go to Cali. I don't know who said that. Who told them to go to Cali? Who told them to go to Cali, Colombia? Y'all see, remember I first bought this light that was giving me problems, now y'all see? Because I tweaked it. I made the torch go far. Electronics are not worth buying this year. There's a chip sabotage. Well, I bought my DJI. My DJI works max. Y'all should see the videos. Oh, Grego talking that talk. So, my man, his first time out in Brazil, yo, he was wearing African garb out there. I said, bro, you came to the wrong country to be wearing some dashikis. What would you call it? Grego and Jay Clyde, what would y'all call what Buck been wearing? Buck was wearing dashikis out there. I was like, bro, you came to the wrong country for that. You better go to Africa or Salvador Bahia and stay there. But the thickest Colombian women are in Cartagena and Miami. I would never go to Miami to pick up no chick. Never. Not after yo, the passport is the great equalizer. Prices of electronics are inflated. I studied it in my last semester. Yeah, they are. So I would not go to Miami to pick up no woman or to even think about dating out there. Forget them. You could just go overseas. You could go 3-hour trip if you're in Miami. You could go to Costa Rica from Miami. You could go to Cuba. You could go to Nicaragua. You could go to Peru. You could go to all these different places from Miami. You can have Miami. All you do is telling us to date in America. You could keep there. You could stay right there in Miami. Y'all can have Miami. Hell, spend all your bread in Miami. Who gives a damn? They got Africans in Brazil. He'll fit in. Yeah, they do. I told him to go to Salvador Bahia. You wearing that African garb in Rio. People don't wear that crap out there. They wear t-shirts and fucking chicletas and fucking sandals with their toes out. And they will chase you down and beat your ass with their toes out. They'll whoop your ass in Brazil. Captain, you just trying to save now, troll now. Captain Saber trying to troll now. Why would you go to Brazil and look for Popeyes? Come on, bro. There were natives, Thai Americans only wear that ish. Yeah, they do. I looked at him like he was crazy. He going to a back to Africa trip in Brazil. That's weird. Any good cigar lounges? Well, they got one right next door to Copa. They got a few of them in Rio. You'll love them. They got dope cigar lounges where you could really chill and have a blast. And plus, most of those restaurants, you could smoke in them. So even if they don't have a cigar lounge, you could turn it into one. I could waste wine on this shirt. This shit ain't gonna change colors. You like chicken? Well, I rolled through a chicken spot. I was eating Popeyes in Sao Paulo this week. Any good tour guide sites? I'm really trying to record when I get there. Yeah, my man got one. We could hook you up with Jonna and Wellington, and they'll take you all around it. They're gonna cost. We was all at the table having breakfast. It was like what, 8 of us, 9 of us, Grego, J. Claude. And she told us the price of how much her tours. We was looking like, yeah, we could go do that with our own dollar. But if you want to get good tours, I got some numbers for y'all. I'm gonna promote their business because Jonna's cool. She's cool. J. Claude, the same thing about Portuguese. I don't like it. I don't like hearing it. I love Portuguese. I love it, especially the way the Brazilians speak it. Now, the people in Portugal, I'm not. But the people in Brazil, they make you want to learn Portuguese, how they speak it. And Portuguese is more relaxed than Spanish. Spanish is too many articles on the word. Like, you really have to, the pronunciation aspect is going to be, now, it's different. Dominican Spanish might be more relaxed, but the Portuguese is so dope. Dominican Spanish is probably like the Spanish of Brazil, the Portuguese of Brazil. When you go to Portugal, more accentuation of the words, but when you go to Brazil, it's more settled. I don't like the sound of German. I don't like this. I don't like German. I don't like the Dutch and all that. But congruent to the New York for the chick, yeah, might be. So after experiencing all that, yo, you can't come back. Most of y'all dudes have traveled to many places. This is the conversation we got on. We was like, yo, dudes have traveled all around the earth, but they never gone to Brazil yet. That just baffles me when you hear that. They have been all over the world, all over the earth, but haven't visited Brazil yet. every time we hear that, we just like, yo, that's crazy to us. They always say, yo, I always wanted to go. Best food in the favelas or the popular spots in Brazil. Favelas get down. All places outside of the tourist areas, even in the tourist areas, they get down. How much would it take for you to leave the U.S.? It'll take me a good 30 grand in a constant YouTube channel. It'll literally take me about 30 grand cash in a YouTube channel that's popping. So in my YouTube channel, and I'm showing y'all the sites, and I'm gonna leave Brazil, go to Europe also. I'm gonna still be living in Brazil. That's how much it's going to pop in. So if y'all tell people to subscribe and it goes up like in my old channel, we'll be good. Portuguese almost sound like an Asian language. I don't think so. When a girl says something in Portuguese in my ear, it does something. Yeah, it does. Oh God. When them Brazilian women saying, and they say, yo, when they try to get you to, they get to that point, leche, and they say leche. Y'all know what leche means. Check out the AMC short squeeze play. Yeah, I heard about that. Everybody talk about that AMC stock. When Brazilian women start screaming leche, that I never had a Brazilian woman saying, yo, you was the best dude I ever had. And she meant it and really wanted to come around just to be around me. That's how you know they real. She said, yo, you the best I've ever had in my life. I like English speakers with their accents. Yo, it's crazy. When a woman tells you that and she willing to come around just to look at you, you know you put it on her. And I'm pretty sure we got the other fellas that been to Brazil who know what I'm talking about. Oh, Melvin, what up, bro? 6 to you, bro. Yeah, welcome back. Thanks a lot, man. We back. My nose is stuffed up, but we still back. I can't even breathe out my nose. So, but you know what was in my apartment building today? A bat. An actual bat. I had to grab it with my gloves, but it wouldn't let me grab it. Usually they nocturnal, so I put on gloves and grab the bat and throw it out, but that thing would not let me grab it. People scared to grab bats. I ain't scared of them. Man, this was a dope trip, yo. I want to see how Medellin is, though. I've never been. Where can we go to get a PCR test? Anywhere in the corner. In Brazil, they got a place. It's open 24 hours. It's on Avenida Nossa Senhora, right? Yes, starting a new pandemic with bat. Yeah, they were scared. They was like, yo, you gonna touch that? All them diseases that bat? I said, yeah, I'm gonna touch it. But it would not let me catch it. I was like, sit right there and watch me put you in these gloves. I ain't scared of them. So, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yes, are people picking up on crypto down there? Not so much. Now, do they have people that know about it? Yeah. Brave as hell grabbing the bat. Yeah, I know, right? But I had to get it out. But it finally flew. I was chasing it. Me and the ladies, we was chasing it, and it went out. Can you link the Airbnb that you stayed at? I didn't stay at an Airbnb. My favorite hotel to stay at when I go there's 2 hotels. The Best Western that used to be on Barate Ribeiro, Ribeiro in English. That they got rid of. Best Western took their name off that. The average person doesn't make enough to be buying crypto there, yeah. But the Best Western is gone. It's gone. It changed its name to H, something with an H. So if y'all looking for Best Western in Brazil, it's gone. It got a new name on that building because I passed it and spoke to them. Oh, the PCR. The PCR test, all you need is the antigen test, right? And it's on every avenue, every corner. There's a Prague. The place is Prague. You could go in those stores, those pharmacies, drugstores, or you could go on Haya, which is RAIA. You could always go on RA, and it come back in 5 minutes. You'll be sitting there. He's saying you're negative. So it's easy in Brazil to get those tests. Easy. Easy, very easy. Now, if you leave in Brazil and travel to another country, they got this stipulation on Brazil. Let me say, Jay Clyde went through that shit. They got this stipulation on Brazil where you might have to have different shots. Jay Clyde, in order for him to leave Brazil and go to Colombia, he had to get the yellow fever shot to go to Colombia from Brazil. So just to let y'all know, keep that aware. If you're gonna leave Brazil and go to another country like over in Europe, they're gonna say, okay, they're gonna read your passport. Where have you come from? You gonna go to say Brazil, they're gonna say, oh, you need your yellow fever. So just be mindful of that. Jay Clyde went through that whole process. The whole process is about a year ago or a year and a half ago. So just remember, everywhere does it. Everywhere. And here's it. If you leaving on Sunday and you thinking about taking your test on Sunday, you're gonna have a rude awakening. Always take your test Monday through Saturday. Most of the places in Brazil, around there in the tourist area, they don't do PCR tests on Sunday. We found one that did a PCR test only at night. I went to all of those stores. I walked the whole strip. I did hours of walking. Y'all know I walk a lot. I walk 11 hours a day at my job. So just remember that. So you could walk that whole strip on Sunday. People gonna keep telling you, nope, 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 nope. So get your test done between Monday and Saturday. If you gotta leave out on Sunday, you're gonna be screwed. You're gonna be screwed. Shout out to all my cigar smokers. Go get the Donna Floridas. The Donna Florida cigars, yo, they hitting. There's a Brazilian cigar, smashing. Go look it up. It's a damn good cigar. A damn good cigar. Shout out to Brazil for making their own cigars. And those is where I got my COVID test. Yeah. I can't take my nose being like this, bro. I never touched a drug, yes. Well, you could get drugs out there for cheap. Yo, tuning in after a long day of truck driving. Shout out to New Era. Shout out to you, bro. Well, everywhere you don't have to have you could get anything out in Brazil with no prescription. Not one. They give you anything over the counter. Anything. You could get any drug. Most people, they want to go out there and get stuff that's going to keep them with the women. They got Cialis out there. So you could go over the counter and get that. But make sure your heart is able to take it. I'm not promoting it. They'll say, yo, yes, you said this and on your live stream. No. If you didn't go get checked out by your doctor before you left the U.S. and then you go take one down in Brazil and your junk is at attention all day and then your heart is racing at the same time, don't blame that on me. Hell no. No, sir. And they will offer it to you at them bars. Bro, they will offer Cialis to you at them bars or anything, all them blue pills. I don't suggest you take it unless your doctor said that you should take, because if you so hyped up off for taking one pill and then you have a heart attack because you don't blame that on me. Because that pill will get you to attention. Especially if you got one of the Brazilian women that you like. Oh yeah, they'll offer that to you, bro. Especially at Gentlemen's Club, they'll offer that to you. About $20 worth of bud, and it lasts me 2 weeks. It's really cheap. So much to offer down here, man. So much to do, especially when everything opens back up. Y'all gonna see it's even more to do. I feel like the only one I've ever touched would be wine. Yeah, wine is fine. Brazilians know how to make good wine. I can honestly say they really know how to make good wine. Some of their wine would be too sugary, but it's the way they ferment their wine. It's the way they ferment it. I try to stay healthy. Yeah, you'll stay healthy out in Brazil. That's all they believe in is health, 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 health. Them chicks get checked out all the time. That's what y'all don't know. They'll have a cold and go straight to the doctor. Brazil women don't believe the hype. It's not like Atlanta. Don't believe the hype. But with that being said, yo, shout out to all of y'all, man. Shout out to everybody that's traveling. Shout out to everybody that came in here. Y'all really left some comments today. Y'all really was talking in the chat. Man, if y'all could do that all the time, it'd be dope. It'd be dope. So shout out to all of y'all, man. It's getting dark out here. I'm not going to be able to see, so I got to get off of here. But shout out to all y'all. Playoffs is over. Football is now headed out. I think baseball, Jay Cloud, I don't know. Baseball season is still active. I have no idea. Good video, man. Good for you watching, bro. All y'all interactions. That's what make the lives more fun. When the interactions happen like this. I saw a chick with a black eye there. Oh, come on. Grego trolling. What, his Johnson hit her in the eye? Mr. Wolf, thanks a lot, bro. So, shout out to y'all, man. I'm going to keep bringing y'all the information if I have it. If I don't know about it, I'm not going to speak on it. I don't know about properties like that, so I'm not going to speak on it as if I'm an expert. We'll leave it up to the experts who are skilled at that. But when I learn it, I'll bring it to you all. So shout out to all y'all. Peace.